Meg from the latest season of Love is Blind is so embarrassing. Honestly, I had hope for her. When she stood on business and basically told Mason where to go because he was clearly running game on both him and Madison. As we see in the pod meet, she gives it another go. And it's looking like situationship, which is, again, embarrassing. Then on the reunion, she's coming for Madison while she's sitting cushy with Mason. Mind you, they're not even in a situationship anymore because that failed. Embarrassing. And she is just defending this man up and down. Like, at least have a ring on your finger to be defending a man. Things that didn't concern her, she's opening her mouth to say something to Madison. And it seems like she has this vendetta against Madison. And I see comments basically saying, yeah, Madison did Meg dirty. She screwed things up for Meg. And I disagree. Meg was clearly not Mason's number one. And it's apparent in the fact that they're not together. Because even outside of the pods, they didn't work. And that is not Madison's fault. That's not Madison's fault that Mason was more attracted to her than he was to Meg. That's not Madison's fault. Meg's talking about, oh, Alex was clearly your number one. You should have just went with Alex the whole time and left Mason for me. That's not how dating works, babe. That's not how dating works. And you still would have ended up in a failed situationship even if Madison did that. And that's the real tea. You finally got the guy and he don't want you. Madison tried to do you a favor by filling you in on the bullshit. And this is how you repay her. If I was Megan, I would want to know that information. Absolutely. So I wouldn't be wasting my time spinning the block and ending up in a failed situationship. If Meg and Mason were meant to be together, they would literally be together right now. This little pod situation would not have affected them. Clearly they weren't a match. And that's not Madison's fault. You guys need to learn how a roster works. And get your roster in order and not be pocket watching some other woman's roster. If you are not a man's number one, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. It don't matter if the woman there is there or not. There is nothing you can do about it. Surely, you would want a man to want you regardless of who is there. You shouldn't even have to be thinking about other women. Personally, I just think it's sad. And Meg just needs to stand up. And her display in this reunion was just embarrassing. Why? Why come here to look good to embarrass yourself? For Mason and Alex, girl, stand up. But I gotta hear from you guys. Is Meg justified to have smoke for Madison? Personally, I don't think she does. In my opinion, Madison was a real one and a girl's girl for informing. This is the thanks that she gets. Oh, so ungrateful. But I gotta hear from you guys.